Today is May 28th, 2013, and I am right now in South Portland, which is in Maine. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Roger Poulin. I am deaf and blind, but I'd like to clarify and explain a little bit about my vision. In my right eye, I am completely blind. I can't see anything. But in my left eye, I still have some tunnel vision. I would like to tell you about my experience climbing the Appalachian Trail, which is commonly abbreviated as AT. The Appalachian Trail begins in Georgia and makes its way up towards Maine, and my goal is to climb to the very top of that mountain. But how would I do it? Would I do it by myself? No, I have a support service provider, and his name is Louis. And he would accompany me in my journey and help me climb to the top of the mountain. So for 4 years, we've been climbing the mountain. We started in 2010, and ever since we've been taking yearly breaks. And now in this year, 2013, I would like to make it to the very end of the mountain, Mount Katahdin. And hopefully that will happen this year. I would like to elaborate to you how we manage the food, me and Louis. How did we manage and handle the food? Well, before we could begin our journey, a year of planning was necessary. And in our plans, our top priority was food. How would we make the food, prepare the food, move the food, various different concerns. We had to be creative with our food. In addition, we wanted food that we liked, not the same mundane food. It was quite a challenge because Louis was also allergic to wheat. It made it even harder to figure out what we were going to do. But finally, we came up with a solution. We decided to make the food in a dehydration machine. We would put the food into the machine and it would become dehydrated. We would take out the food and then put it into boxes. And we were able to make food for breakfast and for dinner. There would be no lunch. And for several months we were dehydrating food, and we developed a pile of ginormous dehydrated food. But of course, the next thing was, how would we ship the food to the Appalachian Trail? Thankfully, I had a brother and a sister who decided to be responsible for the food. They would put the food into boxes and ship it to the different destination points. We would arrive at those destination points, find the box, and be able to eat the food. And that box system was called the Muldrop box system. So one time I was able to text my brother and my sister. They received the text message reading of our location, where would we be, and they looked at the Appalachian Trail booklet containing all of the addresses, put the food into the box, ship it to the destination point. We arrived at the destination point and was able to eat the food. And so at all of the destination points we were able to do that. And that's called the Muldrop box system. Another box system that we used was called the Bounce box. Kind of a funny name. What does it mean, Bounce box? Well, the thing is that there are certain items that you need to bring in this adventure, but some of the items you don't need right away. So you put it into the box and ship it to the different destination points. So when you need the items, you can use them. It's very similar to the Muldrop box system. It makes the backpack light and not heavy.
Therefore, it's pretty integral that we understand what the truth is. What are the facts? What is AA? What is not AA? And I want to be clear, when I say the facts, I'm not talking about Michael Mark's opinion. I think that's probably the only time I'm going to speak about myself in the third person. So Please excuse me. We're not talking about my opinions. I'll offer you a few opinions over the course of these 4 sessions, and you can distinguish what you think of me and how much stock you'd like to put in my opinion, and do what you want with those opinions. But here's the thing about opinion in the 12-step rooms. They're opinions. Not only are they opinions, they're the opinions of drunks and addicts. I'm not suggesting drunks and addicts don't have decent opinions. I expect I have some decent opinions. I also think I have some crazy ones. And if you want to know about all my opinions, catch me in the parking lot. We can have a nice conversation. But what I can absolutely tell you is my opinions will not get you well. Nobody's opinions will get you well. And quite frankly, the opinions of drunks are easy to come by. You can go to bars for that, right? But the idea of the rooms is not for you to get people's opinions. With that said, you will find AA littered with people these days who will give you opinions and frame them as fact. And that is going to be very dangerous for someone who's early in recovery, right? So what we're going to concentrate on are the facts from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. That's our basic text. That's the textbook of AA. That's what we're here to talk about. Now, hypothetically, let me take you back to, let's say, for our purposes, 1947. You walk into an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, 1947. You're sick and suffering. You're dying from untreated alcoholism. And you stroll in for the first time. Here's basically what you could have expected to happen. You would have been welcomed upon entering. You would have been embraced upon entering. You would have been introduced to all the members of that respective group. They then would have assigned you a sharing partner. So you would have been linked up with somebody. Sharing partner, by the way, means the exact same thing as sponsor. What they called a sharing partner then, we call a sponsor today. We didn't have the terminology back then, which, by the way, is why you won't find the word sponsor in the big book. Right? But this whole thing of searching out somebody didn't exist then. They would have linked you up with a sharing partner. You're with him, you're with her. That sharing partner would have sat you down and essentially would have told you the following. They would have told you, I am going to be your advocate over the course of 4 sessions that are going to take place over the course of 4 weeks, 1 hour per week, 1 hour and a half per week. What's going to happen tonight is we're going to go over the first 3 steps. So tonight you're going to find out what is wrong with you in step 1. You're going to find out what the solution is to what is wrong with you in step 2. And you're going to make an affirmative declaration in step 3, that based on your understanding of your problem and the solution to your problem, that you're ready to get to work. And then next week, assuming you come back, we're going to go over steps 4 and 5. We're going to talk about a searching and fearless moral inventory. And in the week between 2 and 3, meetings 2 and 3, you're going to do your 4th step, and you and I will sit down and we'll do your 5th step. Then when you come back for the 3rd week, we'll go over steps 6, 7, 8, and 9. In the days between sessions 3 and 4, you will do your 8-step list, and you will begin doing your 9-step amends. And when you come back for week 4, you're going to go over steps 10, 11, and 12, at which point you will be a recovered alcoholic. You'll learn how to maintenance and grow what you've been given by the program of recovery, which is recovery. And then you will become a sharing partner for others. And then, of course, at that point, you, the sick and suffering alcoholic, either had an opportunity to stay for that meeting and begin that process, or run like hell, depending on where you were at and what you wanted to do. That is unequivocally what was going on for the first